Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. How to be an introvert in a loud world. Because let's face it, you got people beeping their horn, music playing from the house next door, people shouting for no reason. Can I get a hello there? Okay, so I got a question from someone who says they're an introvert, but they're finding it hard to be an introvert in a very busy, fast-paced world, and they're awakening at the same time. Let me share with you what helped me along my journey, because growing up, people called me an introvert, right? I talk a lot online, but in real life, I don't really talk a lot, unless I'm vibrating on the same frequency as you. So my mom's a health visitor. She's also a foster carer. So growing up, I always had lots of foster children in the house, brothers and sisters. And one foster child, he never used to talk at all, right? And then when he's with his sister, he's talking so much, right? So I always say, when we talk of introverts and extroverts, we all have a bit of introvert in us and extrovert in us. It all depends who we're with, where we are, and how we feel. Okay, sometimes you just don't want to say anything. Especially if you know what's happening on the planet and you're at work. You're like, zoop. I better not say anything. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. We've all got a bit of extrovert in us. Sometimes you just want to scream, you just want to jump. So you have to be very careful how you label yourself. Because if you say I'm an introvert, once again, you are going to shape your whole life around being an introvert. It's a jungle. That's what I realized along my journey. Life itself is beautiful, yes. But we have to realize Earth is just like one massive mental asylum, right? There's a lot of noise around. So what are we going to do about it? Okay, let's just say you lean more towards this introverted demeanor. Let's go with that. What are you going to do about it? And you want to still remain in your true authenticity. Okay, take a look at your body language. Actions speak louder than words. So once you step into a very high, powerful pose, just spread your arms out. You don't have to say anything. Now, you are going to create so much presence. People are going to be afraid of you. In a good way, right? People are gonna get the message very clear. Oh yeah. You see, many of us, if I was to ask you, how does an introverted person appear to you? Well, you're not gonna say, well, they talk a lot, are you? You're gonna start looking at their body language. Sometimes we walk around with our head bowed down, facing the ground. It shows in our face. We don't really want to talk, engage in conversation. So once you start noticing the power of body language, you can hold your head up high, you can get confidence. Now, I get it. I connect with a lot of empaths, introverts, people who are awakening. Right? That was me along my journey. And look what happened. I was working in a school and I was finding out about all of these ancient civilizations, what was really happening in the world. And people were like, how are you, Ralph? And I'm like, I'm fine. Sometimes I really wanted to talk to them, but I thought they wouldn't understand me. Right? Certain times we've got family, we've got certain friends, but we are very quiet around them because we don't want to scare them away, right? We like going to lunch with them on a Tuesday at 12 o'clock. But we know if we really want to dive deep with them, they may not be able to handle it, because not everyone can really dive deep, and that's fine. So you got to ask yourself, am I in the right crowd? Because I'm talking to an amazing Pisces friend. She knows who she is, and we're talking for hours. I'm a Pisces, and a lot of Pisces Scorpios as well. You're very, you're very deep, but also you're very observant. Okay, so we're just talking for hours and hours and hours. And that's the kind of conversation I couldn't have with certain family members or even friends. Certain friends. But certain people open you up on a whole nother level. That's right, baby. So you gotta find those people who open you up, right? Who help you become your greatest version, where you're not afraid of expressing your true authenticity, where you're not afraid of being yourself, being silly. See, many of us, we're introverted. What we think is introverted, really, it's an inability to express our true emotions. We zip it up. Children are dancing, playing on swings. We come in full of life. But somewhere along the line, well, a lot of our energy just disappears. Where did it go? You have to tap back into your true expression. It's not easy to be a human being. I know that. To be a human being, you need tremendous bravery, strength, and you should be proud of yourself if you've made it up to this point. Give yourself a clap. What happens when you are in the middle of a conversation? Everybody is talking, yapping away, and you just feel like an alien. Happened to me along my journey. In fact, growing up, I always felt I wasn't from planet Earth. It was hard for me, right? A lot of us, we don't feel we fit in. If you don't feel you belong to this world, maybe you have to create a new one with kindred spirits resonating on the same frequency as yourself. Remind yourself that when you can start to meditate, go into nature, listen to soothing music, you are going to create so much inner balance that the world outside is not going to affect you in a negative way, because now you become an alchemist. You got to realize, and this is the greatest secret I learned, so listen up. Your voice matters. Let me say that again. Your voice matters. How many times are we in a conversation with someone and we want to say something, but we just let the other person talk? Okay, and we're thinking what they're saying is so stupid. But what have you got to say? And you're thinking, well, I don't want to be too deep for them. Well, be too deep for them and let them deal with it, because they're giving you a whole lot of nonsense and you're just sitting there taking it all. So express yourself 100%. Embrace the power of silence. Okay, we often frown upon silence, and I really reconnect back to silence through meditation. Sometimes I'm just closing my eyes. What, you want me to say something? And being silent. And it's an amazing feeling. When you embrace the power of silence, which ultimately is the power of vulnerability, you now move more into your authenticity. It's not a question of should I be an introvert, should I be an extrovert? No, you've got to be who you are 100% in that unique moment in time. You got to live your truth. You've got to realize that setting healthy, energetic boundaries is not a bad thing. I'm a nice person. If you want my shoes, I'll give them to you. I'm a good person. Many times, people who are very introverted, they often are very nice. They're very sometimes too nice for their own good. So they're not really nice. It's not coming from a genuine place. Sometimes you're at work, your manager says, maybe you are the manager. Hey, your manager says, how are you? Are you enjoying your day? And you're like, yeah, it's great. But deep down, you just are thinking, actually, it's terrible. But because you are introverted, you can't really express your true emotions. See, that's where you have to be an extrovert in that situation to say, actually, I'm leaving. I'm going to Hawaii and I'm going to sit on the beach. I don't know what the hell what you guys are doing over there. Go and continue doing that. I don't want to part in it. Right? That's what you really want to say. And do it. Don't blame me though. When you set healthy, energetic boundaries, say what you mean what you say. If it's a no, it's a no. No guilt, no shame. If it's a yes, it's a yes. No guilt, no shame. When we talk of the world being very noisy, very loud, ask yourself, do you know how powerful you are? Do you know you actually have a choice? Okay, if I'm in LA, I'm not downtown, right? If I'm in California, I'm somewhere by the beach. If I'm in the UK, maybe I'm in Brighton, right? Sometimes if I'm in London, well, I'm in a good park, but I always avoid the city streets where people are rushing around because I absorb a lot of energy naturally, and that's fine. You've got to know thyself and then place yourself in an environment that complements your own energy. You got to surround yourself with people that allow you to be yourself. You've also got to realize that when you are hiding who you are to the world, what are you doing here? You are taking away that opportunity for the world to see who you really are. That's why I love sharing here, because you get to see all those crazy ideas going through my mind. I couldn't do this, well, I could, in the outside world, because most people don't have time. So embrace the power of being an introvert, or being an extrovert, or being both, or being yourself, and realize the gift in it. Okay? And if you are an introvert, all I can tell you is, can I get a hello there? Much love to all the deep divers out there. Have a beautiful day. We are here, breathing in that good prana, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace.